Welcome to Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt of the Marquardt Law Firm at marquardtlawfirm.com.
Welcome back to Talk Law Radio. I'm Todd Marquardt, on the radio, on podcasts everywhere, on Facebook, and on YouTube. And today I'm here with Dawn White-Fosdick, the president and CEO of Christian Assistance Ministry, also known as CAM, in San Antonio and surrounding areas. And we were just talking about her and how she became passionate about serving in San Antonio and serving people and showing the light of Christ. And we were just talking about the history of Christian Assistance Ministry, and she brought up how they serve people who are unhoused or homeless. And I wanted to talk about that some more right now.
Sure, absolutely. Did you want to ask me a question, or did you want me to go right into it?
Go right into it.
Yeah, so I mentioned before we serve those who are housed or unhoused. So possibly 75% of the clients we serve do have a home, and they just have that short-term crisis, or they have a long-term issue with poverty. But the unhoused population we serve is very specific. They are usually chronically homeless, struggling on the streets, have been for 5, 10, 15 years. They're the ones that the citizens of our city and any other city across the nation kind of notice the most. You don't know about the mom who might be couch surfing, or individuals who just got down on their luck and could stay in a shelter. Our clients cannot stay in a shelter. They are struggling so severely with their mental and physical illness, and combined with substance use issue and sometimes developmental delays, that they're hard to serve, and that is who we serve. We work on the streets and outside with them. Some of our clients don't come in. They can come daily to get something to eat. We set up porta potties so that they can have a dignified way to use the restroom. And that's also for our neighbors who have churches and stuff and don't want somebody using the restroom outside. We have daily showers. We have a free mailbox. They can use our address, 110 McCullough, as their address. We have over 600 people who use our address. And then as we begin to build a relationship with them, we even are able to diagnose their mental health issues, provide free mental health care, pay for all of their medication, and truly help them get off the streets. Folks that people might think it's impossible to do that for, we can do it.
I'm going to play the opposite side and challenge you a little bit. Because,
absolutely.
A lot of people may not know how you can provide all of those services to all of those people and have money in the bank. So do you ever feel like you're taken advantage of, or are there strategies that you use to set limits, or how does all that work?
Sure, absolutely. In general, you can only get some kind of financial assistance from us once annually. Our goal is to help transition you to somebody who can address a bigger issue with you. So we have about 3 things we'll pay for financial assistance, but only once annually.
Okay.
If you're getting groceries from us, you can only come once every 60 days. So those are typically people who are housed. And then we're transitioning you to other options in community. Our unsheltered street homeless that we are serving probably will never be able to get a job. And I don't want to say never. There are some that we can work with and may be able to be successful. But these are people that are so severely paranoid, schizophrenic, have permanent brain damage due to going on and off medication and not having the medical care that they need, that just getting them housed, stable, help seeking, taking care of themselves is success to us. And so we're a low cost. We don't accept government support. We only receive about 2% of our money from any government, and that's the city gives us a small percentage to help with the showers. And that's just because they wanted somebody to run showers, and they said, if you'll do it, we'll pay for it. And I said, okay. And most of the money, we have volunteers, so we spend limited dollars. I have some staff, and we have good donors who recognize that if I can get someone off the street, then that's a $25,000 savings per year for our city. Really, probably $30,000 to $45,000 if you think about police, the hospitals, the social workers that are doing all of this work. If we can intervene and be a safe place for them to come and build a relationship with them and get them to transition into something, it is a well worth the investment.
You know, I was going to bring this up later, but since you brought it up, I can ask you. Because I had Mark Wittig on the show. And, you know, he's with Housing First, and he has the Town Twin Village.
Yes.
And so I was going to ask you if you believed that philosophy, and it sounds like you do.
I do. I think that what we try to do when we talk about Housing First, because if you were looking at a homeless continuum, I always say we're practically off the continuum. These are people that even a local shelter can't bring in.
Mm-hmm.
I do think you need to prepare clients like this. And so I don't know that we've had a few ones who we moved immediately into a Housing First thing, and I don't think that was best. CAM is kind of an interim component of that, still believing in that, where we have outreach workers who work with our clients outside, staff members who've experienced homelessness. They have lived experience themselves, so they can say, look, bro, I've been where you are. I lost my children. I've been an addict. And get them to trust. Then we began healing them on the street, providing conversation, providing help to gain access to mental health care, as well as some substance use treatment. And then they do need to immediately move into some kind of housing situation, because once we see the real them start to come out and they're doing better, just being stuck on the street is really traumatic. I have a client right now who almost asks me daily. He's about 65. He has schizophrenia. He does well on what's called a long-acting injectable, which means we are able to give him a shot that lasts for 30 days that helps the voices and the wrong thinking. But I'm worried that he's still on the street.
Yeah.
He's not going to make it much longer if we're not able to do something.
I see.
And to even be well. Once we start to get them well, it's a miracle. And we need to transition someone to a better place.
Wow, there's so much to unpack there. I'm overwhelmed by everything that you do for people. So we talked about people that don't have a house. I also want to save some time for the services that you provide for people that do have a house, but maybe they're on the verge of losing it because of something or another. You provide some financial assistance. What are the other resources that you can guide them to as well?
Sure. So someone may come in and say, I just need some groceries, and I just gained custody of my grandchildren. My daughter was killed in a car accident. I'm 70. I'm on a limited income, and I have 5 grandchildren. So immediately, she may not even know to ask us for this. We say we're going to need their birth certificates in order to enroll them in school. If you don't have all of them, which many people don't, we can pay for those. Each birth certificate costs $25. So that could be $125. We pay for her to get a birth certificate, talk her through that process, get clothing for all of the children. We may say, come back during back to school and we'll provide all of their school supplies based on their individual school, not just random school supplies, but the exact ones they will need. And before you leave, let's get you groceries so you can feed everybody. And then before you really leave, let me tell you how you can gain access to other food resources by zip code in your area, because it can't be us every week if you need that. And furthermore, did you know that there's something called Grandparents as Parents? It's a nonprofit, and you need to enroll in that and find out what resources are available now for you and your family. So that would be an example of someone who, due to no circumstances of their own, are now trying to figure things out.
That's a great example. I didn't realize how hard that would be, but you paint a perfect picture of what that would be like. How about somebody facing eviction from their apartment or their rental home?
Sure. If we're not able to help with the rent, which is not usually something we do, we will talk to them about places in town that are providing that support. We can make referrals towards that. We might talk to the client about whether this is something they're going to be able to sustain. So just coming up with money and giving the landlord some money that is not going to allow you to stay in your apartment may not be the best solution. So I even talk to clients and my staff and volunteers who do the interview process about the fact that you may have to go homeless. Do you have a family member you could stay with temporarily to earn money? Could we get you into a program? Would it be a good idea to go to Haven for Hope or the SAM shelter, who also has transitional housing? We don't want you to be homeless, and we don't want you to be on the street. So let's come up with a plan for it. If they're not completely stuck, they're just maybe behind a little bit, let's talk about whether you can earn some extra income, and then we can pay for a few things that will alleviate the stress, whether that's groceries, paying your utility bill, and working towards resolving this situation.
And the utilities, they provide some help, don't they? I mean, I see it on my bill. Do you want to contribute some money?
There are some specialized programs. So we are able to talk about the REAP program, the SEAT program. There's one that the city runs, that Bexar County runs. So we might be able to help the client sign up for that. Even telling them how to do those processes and who to call. And sometimes, and that the CPS works with us, we can even notify CPS that we're giving the client some money to hold off so that their utilities are not turned off. So there are some resolutions. It is very difficult. Being poor and getting stuck in that quagmire can be very problematic, especially if you've been sick or you had some reason why you weren't earning income. It's like you keep staying behind, and we want to try to help you catch up.
Yeah, and those are good resources, but just helping them walk through that. I volunteered at the MAC to provide legal services for families that have a disabled child, and they will ask a legal question and we're allowed to give them an answer, but we don't necessarily provide any service for them right then. We can refer them to an attorney. And there were some times when I got the feeling like, even though I told her what the law is and what she should do, I got the feeling like maybe she wasn't going to be able to connect all of those dots.
We call it navigating the system, and I find that to be a primary service that we do. It's not really that we're giving away that much money. It's that we're walking people through the process and having a place they can call, they can walk into, sit across from somebody. We can call the people for them, like when they need to get their driver's license. If you have nothing, then that is really hard to do.
Yeah, I bet.
So we'll walk them through the process. We'll set their appointment. We'll tell them what they're going to have to do. We'll even do it in stages. And so people just need other people often to talk through these things.
Amen. We got to take a break. We'll be right back.
This has been Talk Law Radio with attorney Todd Marquardt, brought to you by the Marquardt Law Firm. You can learn more at marquardtlawfirm.com. And be sure to listen to the full Talk Law Radio show Saturday mornings at 11 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Most families don't realize they have hidden legal blind spots until it's too late. Wills, trusts, Medicaid planning, even protecting a business. These are the kinds of issues attorney Todd Marquardt helps uncover before they become problems. Todd is the host of Talk Law Radio, where each week he guides listeners through the legal challenges families, veterans, and business owners face, while showing them the practical steps to protect what matters most. Catch Talk Law Radio, Saturdays at 11 a.m. on 9:30 a.m. The Answer, 6:30 a.m. The Word, and now in Houston on AM 1070 and 103.3 FM The Answer, or anytime on YouTube. Planning isn't just about documents. It's about peace of mind, security for loved ones, and building a legacy that lasts. Don't wait for a crisis. Do it before you die.